this is the interface. You can change the different styles.
So this is where the shower is going to be. Right, we had a delivery. Ooh, that's a bit big. Right, the bed's done. That walk on the beach ain't gonna happen. We have found a leak. The skylight started leaking. There was a little bit which wasn't silicone sealant. Welcome to a new vlog. We're up, about, and in the van. We've had a new delivery. So if you watched the other day, we got a new in-car system, like sat-nav, radio, etc. It was painfully slow. Nick timed it to open Google Android Auto, Google Maps. It was how long?
It took about 3 minutes just to start a route.
Anyway, so we sent that back, and it was just no good whatsoever. And we got one. Fingers crossed it's going to be a lot better. It was more money, but it had like 3 times the processor speed, loads more memory, etc. So, what?
Well, I'm struggling to find out how to install the CAN bus. So that don't go in there.
It looks complicated, and I know Nick just said he's struggling. But you said the other day it's not a bad process, is it? Taking this out.
It wasn't.
So that's the old radio, as we showed you the other day, and the top of this frame. And then you just got to connect all this wiring up.
So that device there that's dangling lets it talk to the car's systems, the CAN bus decoder. However, the cable that comes with it just connects that directly into the radio via that. So there's no way that the CAN bus can actually connect.
Does it look the same as the other one?
Very much similar, yeah.
So hopefully this one won't be going back.
Right, so moment of truth.
I'll show you that box, etc. in a while.
Right, that's online. Just connect the GPS receiver.
It's coming on. Welcome, it says.
And before you can install anything Google, you've got to set the time, because Google invalidates it because there's no accurate clock time. So let me just pop that up there for GPS. We'll chuck all that in there for now. And then you've got this little frame that comes with it to fasten it in. So,
home.
So first question, how do you turn it off?
Well, there, you turned it off.
That's just mute.
I don't know, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Right, I'll let Nick have a play with that, and then we'll let you know our thoughts on it. Right, a few hours later, and Nick's got this all sorted.
CAN bus, watch.
So if we open the door, it shows us.
It's also, when you turn the headlights on, it should dim the screen, which it does.
It's absolutely brilliant now. You can just turn an old van into a much more modern van.
I'm surprised that the van actually supports something called CAN bus, which is a little module that sits behind the dashboard that interfaces with all the gizmos and gadgets inside.
Show us a few things then.
So this is the interface. You can change the different styles. So we're going with style 3. It's got a radio, although the adapter that comes with it doesn't fit the old car, so that's turning up tomorrow. It's only $3.99. It's got Bluetooth music, so I can play music straight from my phone. It's got the ability to make a phone call, and it supports Android Auto. I don't know why they put that functionality in. It's got video. I've just installed Netflix.
You can watch
now,
YouTube.
It won't play videos while you're driving.
Yeah.
However, you can override it, which I think is a bad safety feature.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't have never watched videos.
It's got YouTube. Which does work. I've actually got 3 apps installed in at the minute. That's why it's a bit
yeah,
slow.
It's quite fast compared to the other one, isn't it?
It's got Chrome. I can web browse. I can go Spotify. It's got a GPS test. Now the best thing about it is the GPS receiver is actually inside the dashboard. It doesn't have to be stuck around. So it's just literally tucked behind the radio, just there through that plastic. And as you can see, it's picked up the satellites, no problem at all. And it's got music mixer, so you can like choose the music type.
So when I'm watching something in the main cab at back, you can come out here and watch some on Netflix or something.
Pretty much. It's got instruction book on how to use it. Now I've not rigged in the reversing camera yet, because it looks incredibly complicated.
thelodgeguys,
So,
you've been looking at.
I've been testing it. Of course I've been testing it. So let's see it load.
When it comes to travel,
Hold on. Skip the advert.
Pesky advert.
Is everything. Book now.
So let me just... There we go. Can you believe it's like watching YouTube on a car?
Right, we're going to head into the wave pool. So they have a
And
wave
you can kind of rewind as well.
When it comes on. So
There we go.
I don't know why, but you can't do it twice in succession, so you have to wait.
There we go.
Brilliant.
And I can install any app, any Android app at all on the system.
So I'll ask Nick to put everything on our Amazon store, which he gets from Amazon for this van build, just in case anybody wants any.
There was loads of reviews for the VW Crafter and the Mercedes Sprinter. There were loads and loads of sat-nav systems. The one we got the other day was absolutely... It was unusable. So we sent that back, and I paid £100 more for this one. £243 we paid for this one, and it's faster than my tablet. And I'm really impressed with it actually. It took a bit of setting up because the system came with a pack to support the van, but the system software wasn't set up for the van. So I've literally had to go through, translate Chinese to VW Crafter, and put the CAN bus mode onto it just to be able to get it to interact with the doors. It's still not fully there. I've emailed the guys, but at first without that you couldn't even turn the ignition off and the radio wouldn't go off. So I was about to put it back in the box and lose my temper, but I managed to just set it to a Mercedes Bentley B200, which is actually what it's set at the moment, and it works from what I can tell flawlessly. So that's another job done.
My mum and dad are still here, and guess what, Nick?
Apple pie and custard.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes. Of course I've seen
They
it.
went into town earlier and they brought from Marks and Spencer's an apple pie and cream. So I'm off into
custard.
that. And me and Mum were then going to watch the latest episode of And Just Like That.
I'm just installing apps.
Just to make it even nicer, this apple pie, my mum bought M&S double cream.
Is it an M&S pie as well?
Yeah.
Not just a normal pie.
And
An M&S pie.
just because we're all healthy as well, a few strawberries to go with it.
That's a big one. You don't like big one?
What, as if apple pie's not got fruit enough?
Well, yeah, well, that's true.
Right, it's the next day, as you might have gathered. We're on our way, using our new sat-nav, by the way, which works perfectly, to a storage yard where Taylor's going to live, and we're going to do the some of the conversion work there as well. That's the plan for today, and we've got a lot of things to do. We've got a lot of deliveries coming from Amazon, little adapters, we've got the reversing camera to put in, we've got this bulkhead wall to finish and put the paneling in and the carpet. I've got the access panel to put in for the shower. I actually ran the pipes into the shower last night inside. I just need some pipe clips to put it on the floor, and then
Looks like it's going to be a
Fit the water.
beautiful warm day as well.
fit the water tank as well. See whether it's too big, because the one that turned up is absolutely humongous. We'll show you later on in this vlog.
25 degrees apparently today. So in the back of a tin can, well about 30.
Does it say on there?
My mum's looked at
I
weather.
installed the weather app yesterday. Let me see if I can get it to work.
My mum and dad's still here. They're going to go for a walk to the beach.
It didn't install. Back in a minute.
Right, we're in the van, and today's task is
Finish the door.
finish the door and finish this wall.
The problem is, all these wooden lats that we got from Wix, they're all bent as a box of frogs. So the beams go like that. So we're cutting wood, trying to be straight wood, trying to fit a door into a bent frame. That's why
And
this door don't fit.
last night, while I was in the lodge with my parents, Nick did this,
Fitted the pipes. So
the water pipes.
I'm going to put the access panel that I got from Timu here, and then we'll spray it rather than carpet it on the back, and that'll be hidden behind the driver's seat, and it'll give you access to the taps. I am going to build the frame out a little bit because that's not deep enough to be able to get the water pipes in, the shower pipes, which will go in like that, hopefully, and there we go. So this job is to fit this now.
Right, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, or whatever that saying is. We've got the door carpeted and in, and it all fits, but the pile was the different way to that now. I know, some people would have left it, but our OCDs won't take it, so that pile is correct to that pile, but that one was upside down. So we're taking this out, taking the carpet off, and re-sticking some different carpet, or maybe the same carpet, just upside down if it fits. So this is where the shower is going to be, the shower controls.
So I'm going to put the taps 15 centimetres apart from the centre, which is this is just a rough board. The PVC board where the actual taps are going to go is going to be on the inside. But I've just got to get the holes cut.
Right, we had a delivery. Ooh, that's a bit big. This is an over wheel arch water tank.
It's meant to go
Have we gone too big?
like that, but then that's going to go into the kitchen,
Yeah.
into the kitchen cupboards. We don't want to do that. Plus, we'll need to take the floor down to floor level to get the correction.
Is it a bit big? I don't know. I mean, I know you'll use a lot of water showering and stuff, won't we?
We don't have to fill it full, though, do you? That's a bigger.
No. I don't know whether we've gone too big or not. I haven't. It's one thing I have not looked on YouTube what kind of.
A lot of people have 90 to 100 litre tanks.
Oh, and that's 100 litres, isn't it?
Yes. So it has to be level for the water, because the pump will end up being in the corner of here. So if it tilts like that, the water when it gets to this point will fill up here, and you'll lose all this water. So it needs to be level like that. But then saying that, it also needs to sink into the floor because it's raised by at least sort of 30 mil here.
And what do you attach that to?
There's brackets to attach it to the bulkhead, but there ain't much room for the bed.
Yeah.
But you can always sit the bed on top.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll give it a bit of extra weight, I suppose.
But I'm thinking we should maybe move it back like there, and then sit that on the bulkhead, and then put all the storage underneath then.
Yeah.
Maybe for a gas tank.
Maybe. Right, the bed's done.
So this is temporary. So the plan is that if the kitchen worktops are around here, which are quite low for a unit, then the bottom of the underneath of the bed needs to sit on there when we pull it out to extend. So the bed will actually be probably another that much higher. So just to test to see whether we're going to make a bed that way or this way, I need to get on it. So if it collapses now on the sides of the
Hang on a minute. Why don't you move that?
God, that's close. What do you think?
Well,
It would mean that, well, it would mean that these would have to remain open.
yeah. Which a lot of people do.
I know, but it's more difficult to build.
Let me have a go.
Go on, you give it a go. Getting your bedhead ready.
Making my bed up.
I'd laugh so much if it just fell off and buckled. It wouldn't. It'd break your back more than that.
Well, yeah, that's very laughing matter then, isn't it?
We'll make a good vlog.
Right, so usually
Come on, pot doll Annie.
I sleep like this.
Yeah, but there are times when you would stretch out.
Well, I can almost stretch it out.
Right, so now what we need to do is put the lats in those frames so your feet literally come up to here. So what we'll do is we'll move the bed this way a little bit and see whether you can do it within the lats. You get yourself comfy there.
Right, we've just spent the last hour or so building this behind us and figuring
Temporary.
out. It's temporary, but just figuring out if this is going to work for the bed.
We think it's gonna.
So,
We decided we would either have a bed long ways, which would be 178 centimetres from wall to wall. We're 180, so we'd literally have to curl in bed. And Leigh doesn't like disturbed sleep. So we've kind of ruled that out. So we said, well, the only way to do it is to sleep this way, which would mean that the bed would be super king. So by having these three lats fixed and this fourth one extend out on runners, which I'll explain how we're going to do in a minute, they're just another IKEA bed. I think that's how we're going to do it. Well, we've kind of ruled out we're not going to sleep that way.
no, well, we might be able to, like, if
Nap.
we just, yeah.
Nap in the afternoon. So we cannot have this bed be permanently out, or there'll be no room in the van for any seating area. So the plan is, from here to the back of the van, it's 150 up to that point, which is basically the standard size of a king width-ways, if you were sleeping that one, with a shorter leg. The problem we've got, if we extend this out, this wood here would stop there, because this is where the kitchen is, so you couldn't have this board which is supporting this beam sticking out. So the plan was and we just spent half an hour trying to work this out, is we will use one of these pieces of stud work, which we got from Wix, where we will actually fasten onto the edge a runner which can support up to 150 kilos in weight on each runner. So that's me and Leigh together, basically our combined weights on each runner. Just pull it to the end. So we'd pin that on there, and then you can see what we're getting at there. And then imagine that that's fastened onto that, and then drop it onto the floor. This would then turn sideways, fasten on there, but on the fourth one would have another beam of wood going on the inside, which is the inside of this track here, which would pull in and out like that. So it will be suspended from the other 3 lats. That's the plan.
Yes.
Fortunately, we don't have enough wood to be able to do what we're going to do, so it's another Wix trip, I'm afraid.
Guess where we're going? 10 points for anybody that guesses correctly. We're off to Wix. We need some more things for the bed. More wood, plywood.
All the bits basically finish the bed off.
All the bits just to make the bed basically. And then we're going to call it co-op as well. For some wine needed after today. It's been another long day.
2 USB ports, an aerial connector, and a
deliveries that we've got.
Yeah, can't remember.
From an Amazon locker as well. And then we also need to get some for tea as well.
I'll let you sell that.
I don't know what, but
Fish.
There we go.
Fish and chips. Want fish and chips or mushy peas?
Well, we'll see.
Not from a chip shop.
No, we'll just make ours own.
Make your own.
Fish, I don't know, fish chips and mushy peas and a glass of wine.
Oh yeah, sounds delicious.
Don't go together right well, does it? So my mum and dad have gone home now. They've had a nice few days. They went out to the beach and what have you this morning. So they may be coming again next week. So I think they're enjoying coming over, just chilling, no plans, and just going exploring on their own. So, what's the next plans after the bed?
Frig knows. Shower. I need to order a tap that goes behind that board where I've drilled the pipes out.
We've been talking to a company today that specs all the electrical equipment out for you, and we're waiting. I think maybe Nick's got a quote which we've got to look through tonight, and then we're just going to say yes, that's all, everything we need. Then they ship it to you, and then we've got to install all the electrics.
That's the bit I am not looking forward to.
Right, high school maths is coming into question now. Neither of us can work this out. So we've just worked out that this pack of 12 by 44 should create the lats, and we've also bought a bigger board to create double plywood at the back. For us bed. IKEA beaming, because we weren't sure of the strength of these. Yeah, for us bed. We'll be laid on that at some point with a mattress on top. Right, let's go load the van.
Filthy tea. Fish.
Chips or fries actually. And mushy peas. Are you coming in?
I'm here.
Well, I know, but as usual, Nick is out still doing things. Have you finished for tonight? It's 8 o'clock.
No way.
So instead of Nick coming in at 8 o'clock after being out all day, we've been out all day, I'm going out because he needs some help fitting these USB things into the front of the van, which is all going to be tied into the new sat-nav system. It'll give us some like USB sockets to charge phones and stuff like that.
I've cracked the trim.
What?
The trim's cracked. So I need to super glue that. It's the bit that covers this here.
Here's the cables you requested.
Right, first things first. I've connected the aerial, so we now have a radio. Right. I need you to, first of all,
look at all those cables.
now I need to verify that this USB port is working before I've put an extender in. So there are 2 that are connected. Let me just disconnect the aerial because it's a bit of a short cable this. There we go. So I want you to, first of all, start the car. So I'm going to connect. This is just to test the USBs working.
So as you can see, this van build is taking up a lot of our time. We've been at it for, I love how you say we. Like, excuse me, I've been at your side every step of the way. Help, I'm a good helper. So we've been at it now for 2 weeks and 2 days.
Even though we've only literally done it in like four vlogs.
And I think we've done pretty good progress, to be honest, for just over 2 weeks. We had a kind of initial plan of 6 months to get Taylor done.
It'll still be 3, I think.
But we don't know now. Nick's...
I'm trying to pause it.
As long-time viewers of this channel will know, Nick is very impatient and likes to get things done, and when he sets his mind to something, he gets on with it and never, ever, ever, ever stops. So it may be quicker than 6 months.
Right, talking about impatience, I want to get this dashboard drilled. So on the back of this unit, which is amazing by the way, we'll put a link on our Amazon store, there are some USB ports, but I don't want the wires dangling, so I've bought these from Amazon, which are like little USB ports, and I'm going to connect that to the ports behind, and then I'm going to fit these here and here. But to do it, I have to drill through the plastic. So I have fitted a hole saw which should match that. And I'm going to drill the dashboard. Never drilled a car dash before, so this should be fun. Are we happy where it's going to go?
Well, yeah, as long as it's not near a tea holder.
A key holder?
Well,
that's on reverse, wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's reverse. Done.
That's easy.
Woo!
He didn't need me after all.
Wait a minute, the easy bit is whether it fits. If it doesn't, we're gonna have a big hole in the car. So, hold on. Ooh, it's tight.
Right, then we're tight and then we're loose.
Oh God, that is so tight. Which is good, because now what I have to do is on the back, I have to put one of these nuts, which will then lock it into the bulkhead. So that's my next task. So clip it in, and my OCD is going to kick in, so I've got to make sure that the USBs are horizontal, and then I've just got to tighten this.
As you can see, by the way, while Nick's doing that, it's a beautiful evening at the lodge, but for the last 2 weeks we've not been able to enjoy any of it.
Not been able to what?
Enjoy any of it because we're
I'm enjoying this.
hard at work at this.
Right, so wait a minute, that's almost done.
Look how good this looks, by the way, I forgot. So
See our fake door.
this is the storage above here, which we put in. A fake door, and all this is carpeted, so it's nice and cozy in here already.
So this door isn't permanently fixed yet. We'll fix that when we get the oak lats on. Right, okay, so that's almost hand tight. Let me just push that in. Now I actually saw this idea on a vlog where somebody had fitted one of these to the system and he put USBs up here, but
no, I don't see why you would need them up there.
Right, okay. Now what we do is we connect left side. Just hold me that with your hand. You got it?
Yeah.
So left side to left side. So let me just wire it through so we're not having yards and yards of wires. Well, more wires should I say. Connect that here. Now, if I plug my phone into this newly fitted USB port, which is actually upside down, but never mind, it should start.
And charge your phone. It was charging your phone, I can see. How long does it say until your phone is charged?
Oh, that can't be right.
What does it say?
6 hours, 8 minutes. That's not good.
So it's not a fast charger.
It's not a frigging charger at all at that rate.
No.
Right, reversing camera going in. So I've run a wire up through the trim, right back to the back, which I haven't wired in yet. I'll do that tomorrow, but I just want to get the stereo back together. So I need to thread this wire through the dashboard up there. Now I can see a bit of light. I'll just make sure that that doesn't touch Robin. There we go. And Lee's gonna have to grab it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a bendy roulette, so it's on its way up.
Oh, I got it. Hang on, hang on. Yeah.
Right. Let go. I've got it.
You didn't mean me after all.
Well, I did to be able to see whether it were up. Hold on. Tear the tape. Pull that through. Pull this back.
So this is for the reversing camera.
Yeah, now I've just got to hide all this wire, but I'll pull all the slack through. And then I'm going to connect that to all that bundle of wires. Good old instruction book. And then tomorrow we'll connect this camera
So we've got a reversing
above the
camera.
reverse braking light. Now we know it works because when we were reversing today, it said no signal. So we know that it's connected.
Good morning, welcome to the next day. We've got a very busy day today on our van bed. We thought we'd come out early to have some breakfast and maybe a little walk on the beach.
So I got myself a cheese and onion omelette with smoky bacon top and some brown sauce. I don't know what this stuff is here.
It's called salad.
Really?
It's very lunch looking yours, isn't it? Mine's more breakfast. I've gone for scrambled eggs and bacon.
I just love it when we have days where we get up really, really early, get out there, get as much of the morning sun, because this never lasts over here. And it always feels like your days are longer than they are.
I'd love to get up at 5 AM every morning.
What a load of bullshit.
I would love to.
I literally almost had to drag him out of bed this morning.
I love the idea of getting up at 5.
There you go.
Just having the whole day.
The idea. Yeah,
the idea.
The reality is not the idea.
When alarm goes off, I'm like, just 5 more minutes.
So I got him out of bed this morning at about 5 to 7, something like that, and he finally did get up after having 10 snoozers.
Straight up, shower, out.
So at the minute we are needing these long days because we have got this van conversion, and today we are relocating to our storage yard, whatever you want to call it, storage yard,
Work yard,
workshop, whatever. So it is forecast to rain later, so we'll have to just play it by ear and see what happens. So we've got to fill the van with all the tools and then transport Taylor down there and then start the work of building the bed, which we've kind of got an idea. In reality, whether it works, who knows? But at the minute, we're just going to head towards the sea, just catch a bit of, oh, the tide's in, catch a bit of the rays.
see if there's any dolphins out.
It's very quiet on Bridlington front at the minute, but yeah, join us.
Right, that walk on the beach ain't gonna happen.
Beach.
Woo!
Bloody hell, this is the highest tide I've probably ever seen. I mean, there will be a beach on the south beach.
Why don't you go and sit there?
Yeah.
On that corner.
Been there, done that. Been stung by it. Why don't you walk down, see how far you can get, and then race up?
No thanks. I am gonna go down, but...
Don't wet that new camera.
I'm just going down and then on here.
Come to a safe bit where it's dry. There's been no splashes here.
I just love a random wave to come up and just drown him. So we've been down here before, and you may have seen it on our vlog, and there's been dolphins around. Can't see anything today.
You know what I can't believe? The fact that there's no wind and it's warm, like you're
beautiful.
Because it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like it's 8 o'clock in the morning on a foreign beach. Do you know what I mean?
And my mum's just called and said over at her house it's thundering and raining.
We've arrived at Taylor's new home. We've just unpacked, and it started thundering and lightning. So literally, all the wood's getting wet. Lee's kind of trying to tidy up where I get the tools at the back end, and we're just sat here now. We did actually bring a flask to make a cup of tea. So as you can see, there's like caravans and other storage things here. So
it's a good test this, seeing what we actually
see how organised we are.
Yeah, and organised. We've got to get organised here.
Right, get kettle on.
Right, the rain stopped, so today's task is to build this bed frame. So we're going to put these up there.
We've had a bit of a design change, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're going to fix this directly to the bulkhead rather than on these lats, and then reinforce them with the wood that we got from Wicks, which means we need to jig out with the oscillator some of these things, stud things at the bottom.
we've got the bed slats in. Slight problem, not really a problem, but something we want to sort out.
Change.
We're lowering them all by 2.5 centimetres because it's quite tight. The mattress is going to be sort of there where that box is.
Pencil.
And to sit on it, your head's kind of touching the roof. So we're just going to drop it all by 2.5 centimetres.
But because the extender on the front was going to be the same height as the IKEA beam, we've decided to turn these stud works sideways. So they are 2.5 centimetres shorter this way than they are that way. So that will allow it to extend but give us that much drop to the worktop so the whole bed frame can drop down. That's the plan. So I'm just going to readjust them now.
Absolutely slashing it down outside, but at least it gives us an opportunity to check for leaks. We have found a leak.
Skylight.
The skylight started leaking. There was a little bit which wasn't silicone sealant, so we just fixed that. So there we go. It already feels like we're on van life, like when there's no house to just nip into. But I just need a toilet and my computer and Starlink, and I'll be right at home.
Right, we've had to take a short recess because we've run out of the correct type of screws that we need, so we're off to Wickes for the 5th time this week.
And it's still wazzing it down.
And it's absolutely slashing it down. Met Office says it's a lovely day, which is a load of shite because it's not, it's pissing it down. And I've just looked on Net Radar and it literally shows loads of red cells coming towards us. So what we're going to do when we get back, we're going to put everything in the van and literally just do all the work inside, because all the wood at the minute is all stood outside and it's getting wet and we're going to need it to saw. So we're just going to have to create a little workshop in the back half of in the front half of the van. We've got no choice really, otherwise all work stops when it rains. We have talked about getting a little gazebo and putting it out the back so we can do like the cutting outside, but we have that much scrap wood from the leftover cuts and I don't like throwing it away, because it will come in handy somewhere, but is it worth the hassle of keeping it all? I don't know.
It's just not as fun as looking at Disney merch, is it? Screws.
For me it is. This is my Disney. I think we should get the
They're long ones.
Big tall ones.
Yeah.
Twice the size of the ones that we've got, and the longest we have. So I've got a box of them, and I've got a selection.
Oops. Thank God that didn't just burst open.
And I have a selection of different length ones as well. So they should do the job.
Right, we're back, and think
we're making progress.
We've done it.
So
it's raining again, as you can hear.
Yeah. When has it stopped? So the lats will be on the top, and then there'll be a wooden beam that will sit flush with this, and then this will pull out, and these things, they're supposed to take 150 kilos. However, I'm not sure. So we just need to secure these a little bit more from the underside, and then build the front, and then we start putting the ply on the top and the latins. We built a bed. So it's got the 3 IKEA beams. We've put these runners on and some support struts. Comes out as far as there, so that's basically the maximum extender. It's a 190 centimetre that way, so it's almost Super King. And this side will here, bottom of this will actually rest on the kitchen worktops, and this side will be a support beam on the wall where the bottom side of this will rest.
Push it back in.
And then if you don't want to sleep like that,
We
you
can
can just sleep that way.
But we won't be able to go out fully that way.
Yeah.
But if we want to go fully and a Super King, just pull that out.
Need to sort that squeak.
What for Chinese now?
Yes. Right, we've picked up his Chinese takeaway. We've packed up. Taylor's locked away in his secure compound. And we're on our way back to the lodge now. So we've actually finished quite early tonight. The one of the benefits of having it off away from the lodge is means that I can't go and do work until 9 o'clock at night like I did last night, unless I drove all the way back. But I'm really looking forward to a nice cold beer that I got yesterday in the fridge, and a chicken curry and fried rice. You've got boiled rice.
Yeah. We're back. It's raining again. It's never freaking stopped raining all day. So, as Nick said, we've gone for a Chinese. What does it look like?
Delicious.
Chicken.
It charges tools, batteries.
Yeah, chicken curry for Nick.
Oh, it smells amazing actually.
And chicken with cashew nuts for me. And I'm going to have a cheeky gin. What are we having in a minute? Garstang Lancashire Dry Gin. is what I'm having at the moment. And I think we'll catch up on some YouTube. It's a while later, and yes, we had that Chinese, but we're having a snack. I can't get more out. Ooh. A little bit of, a very little bit of tomato puree.
Oh, no, I don't want that mine.
Eh?
Oh, I don't want that mine.
You want cheese?
Yeah.
Well, I put a little bit of tomato puree in. We're having some defrosted cheese. Bloody hell, that'll be a bit on toast.
Just to repair an air freshener.
Which we shall put in the air fryer. We don't care about your air fresheners.
Well, I bloody well do. Kitchen smells like a fishmonger because somebody's been cooking fish in the air fryer and it still stinks.
Fish in the air fryer? Oh, from yesterday. Right,
Yeah.
give us the...
Have you put some Leigh and Perrins on?
No, I don't, yeah.
Worcestershire sauce, Henderson's.
Right, that's going in the air fryer.
Moment.
Stick a bit on that cheese.
Just a little bit.
On that cheese. Oh, coffee.
Right. Do me a nice drink as well, please.
Welcome to the next day, where we are actually going to finish the vlog. We had our cheese on toast last night and then kind of just chilled and went to bed. We were going to do another day on the van, but the weather is supposed to be quite wet today again.
Not that it affects us, but my fingers are literally cut.
It's nice to have a
I've
day
got
off
cuts
too.
in my fingertips and all my arms. I'd like my hands to heal a
It
little.
kind of does affect us though, because obviously our workplace is outside. We can work inside the van, but all the wood gets wet and stuff like that. So it's supposed to be nice later on in the week. So we'll get back to that later. So we're going to go to the apartment and pick up our suitcase because we left it there after Florida because we need to start packing for France. We're going to be there in a couple of weeks. We have just got one suitcase between us. So we've got to pack strategically and wisely.
I'll pack first.
And it's the first time we've ever shared a suitcase that I can remember for,
No, we
for
shared
a
when we went
trip.
to LA, didn't we?
Oh yeah, but that was just for like 5 days, just a little quick.
Well, this is 10.
Yeah.
It's a big suitcase, so we'll be fine.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to nip over home, get the suitcase, and then get a few bits and bats of clothes that I've got over there as well.
Toast a currant tea cake, so I want to call for some at the farm shop.
And then head back, and that'll all be the next vlog. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think of Nick's bed design for the van, our extendable bed design.
I love it.
I'm very impressed with it, I must say. To say that, like,
Might fall over when you lay on it, but never mind.
Nick's
we'll
got.
fix that when we come to it.
Never built a van before. Obviously, this is all new to us, and Nick
Never
is
built
just
a bed before.
coming up with all this in his head and watching YouTube videos and things like that. So we'll see you on the next vlog.
Bye for now.
Bye.